Hello everyone. In this section of the video, we will start with the discussion of what are the mechanisms by which the microorganisms exhibit resistance towards different antimicrobial agents. So, to put it in simple words, what exactly are their defense strategies? So there are several ways by which microorganisms show resistance or exhibit their resistance towards specific antimicrobial agent. Let us discuss these strategies one by one. The first one is for an antibiotic to act on the microorganism, it first needs to gain access. Because we have seen in the last week that microorganisms are susceptible to specific antibiotics because these antibiotics may be acting on a specific part of the bacterial cell. For example, its cell wall, or probably its cell membrane, or probably its DNA, or its ribosome, or the process of protein synthesis in the bacteria gets affected. So the antibiotic has definite targets where it has to go and act. But to act on these targets, the first thing that needs to happen is to gain entry into the bacterial cell, to gain access into the bacterial cell. And microorganisms have this mechanism by which they can restrict this access. They will change something in their cell wall, in their cell membrane, such that this antimicrobial agent cannot enter in the first place into the cell. So if it is, restricted at the entry point itself, then there is no question about it acting on the target. So restricting access to the antibiotic is the first and the most, popular mechanism by which microorganisms exhibit resistance. The second very popular mechanism amongst microorganisms which show resistance towards antimicrobial agents is that they get rid of the antimicrobial agent. So what does this mean? So here the microorganism may not be able to restrict the antimicrobial agent from getting inside them. So the antibiotic gets into the bacterial cell. But then the bacteria has found ways to throw these antibiotics back into the outer environment. So antibiotics do not get the time at all to accumulate in significant concentrations inside the bacterial cell, because the bacterial cell, the moment the antibiotic enters inside them, throws them out, pumps them out of the cell. And as they are not able to accumulate in significant concentrations, that automatically nullifies the effect that antibiotic can have on these bacteria. So this could be one mechanism wherein, they just get rid of the antimicrobial agent. The third significant mechanism by which they can exhibit resistance is to change, to bring about some modification chemically, or to destroy the antibiotic. So microorganisms may produce enzymes to break an antibiotic down. The way, this example is especially for people from non-scientific background. The way you have enzymes in your digestive system to break down the food materials that you consume, similarly microorganisms can secrete enzymes which will break down the antibiotic. Now, how is this helpful? The broken down products of the antibiotic may not have medicinal properties, may not have an activity against the bacteria. So if you break the antibiotic down, your work is done, because now the antibiotic will be useless. So several microorganisms produce enzymes, proteins, which help them to break down the medication such that it is rendered useless. So we, in this video, have discussed 3 strategies using which the microorganisms exhibit drug resistance. The first strategy was to not allow the drug to enter inside. The second strategy was, even if the drug enters inside, get rid of it by throwing it out again, by pumping it out again. And the third strategy was to either do some chemical modification or to destroy the antibiotic using enzymes so that it is converted into a form which is no more having medicinal properties. So these are the different mechanisms by which microorganisms can exhibit antibiotic or antimicrobial resistance. We will speak of more such mechanisms in the next part of this video. Till then, stay tuned.